Hey, welcome to my channel, which is all about helping you and your pet live the best life together. So today I'm going to be doing a requested video, which was to talk about how much it costs me to have all the animals that I do have. In this video, I'm going to talk about how much I spend every single month to feed my pets. So I have a lot of animals. I have 3 cats, a dog, a lovebird, 2 rabbits, and a whole bunch of dart frogs. I have electric blue day geckos and gold dust day geckos, and I also have a red-eared slider turtle. So I do have a lot of animals. And in this video, I'm going to tell you how much I spend every single month on food for my animals. So I'm only going to be talking about the food and what I feed my animals. I'm not going to be talking about any of the other expenses in this video, just food. I want to just kind of remind you that there are a lot of other expenses on top of these. The food is definitely the biggest expense and what most of my money is spent on, but there are also toys and just regular upkeep, like the UV lights for my frogs and my turtle and my geckos, and other enrichment type toys. I'm also not talking about any extra or surprise expenses that come up, like maybe a vet bill or some health care. So there are a lot of other things to consider, but this is just the food and how much I spend on feeding my pets every single month. So I do usually buy all of my stuff in bulk. So I go out and I buy one big bag or a whole bunch of something, and then I have the space and the room to store it. So I'm lucky, and things tend to be cheaper when you buy them in bulk. I also have some connections to where I get my hay for my rabbits. So if I was buying this all from just your standard store like PetSmart or just a chain pet store, it would be more expensive, but I have found pet stores and places where I can get the best deal that I can. So I'm going to start with the food that I get for my dogs and my cats and my rabbits, and then I'll move over to my lovebird and then the reptiles and frogs. So we got our food delivered. Penny's excited. We get our food from True Carnivores. They deliver it to the house. Every time we get food, we get it in the beginning of every month. It's always a little different. Sometimes we get the bones, sometimes beef, sometimes chicken. Get it for the cats. This is the cat food. And this big box is Penny's food. This month we didn't have to get any bones, but when we do get the bones, they just come in a bag, obviously a lot bigger than this, but just in a bag. Kind of hard to see, but they're usually chicken necks or turkey necks. Or lamb neck. So then we put it in the freezer. So these are all the new ones that I got for 3 cats for a month. They'll go through that plus some other food. This is the turkey. Sometimes I get chicken, and then I also have some beef that I don't feed that often, but every once in a while for some variety. So this will last maybe 3 months or 2 months. A full pack, 3 months. A full pack like this one of beef will last every 3 months, and then one of these a month, plus some canned food, which is very rarely, but it would be grain-free, natural canned food. And this is the box of Penny's food. Today, I actually forget. So this is 20 pounds. I forget right now if I think she got chicken. Sometimes it's chicken. Sometimes I'll get chicken. Sometimes I'll get beef, and sometimes I'll get pork. I'll rotate that, but it's a box like this once a month. And they're all just patties like this. This is one patty. Penny eats, so she's just over 30 pounds, and she'll eat one full one of these and a half every day. Smells good, right, Penny? Smells good? So here's just the side of the box and kind of what their options are. And I rotate these options. I usually don't get the bison, but this was kind of, I think it was a sale. A box like this. So this is the food that I get in cans for the cats. So the dog doesn't get this. This is the brand that I get for the cats. This is a box of 12 cans, and this will last me probably 3 months. So the cats definitely eat. Penny, stop. The cats definitely eat the raw food a lot more than this. Just sometimes they're a little picky, or I just want to give them a little change. Also, if I'm away and I'm not the one feeding them, I'll get someone to give them the canned food instead of the raw food. Penny, sit. Just because feeding the canned food's a lot easier than feeding the raw food. So if I'm not there for one of their feedings, I'll just get whoever's going to feed them to feed the canned. So that's mostly what this is for. And Penny, I also get them kibble. So that's what this bucket is for. I am really out, so I'll be getting that later today. And this is the cat's bucket. I have one for Penny, and then I have one for the rabbits as well. So Penny's just has hers. So I just open the bag and put them in these buckets because it's easier, and the rabbits have theirs. And for these, I'll get the biggest bag that you can get, and I usually only have to get it about every 3 months. So it's these bagged kibble foods every 3 months for probably all of them, the cat, Penny, and the rabbits. This box of 12 cans every 3 months, and then once a month the raw food. And then for the rabbits, I also get this, which is 20 pounds of hay, and I get that about every 2 months. So this is the Timothy hay. This is for the rabbits, 20 pounds every 2 months about. Now we'll talk about my lovebird Lollipop. Do you want to come out, Lollipop? Say hi. So for Lollipop, I make her food, and I give her a lot of vegetables or fruit. I do have a video on how I make the food and exactly what's in the food, and all about feeding lovebirds and other birds as well, so I'll leave that on the screen if you want to check out exactly what is in her food and how I make the food. But one thing that I definitely do buy her and feed her is this millet. So she eats on top of the food that I make her, and the fresh vegetables that she eats, and the fresh food that I give her the millet. You hungry, Lollipop? Don't you want to get your food? And then I have my fish and my dart frogs and my geckos. So there's some Halloween decorations right now, but here, sorry, the glass is really dirty. It needs to be cleaned. But I have my dart frogs. We'll start with them. if you can see them. So for these little guys, they eat fruit flies. Underneath here I have the cultures that I make, so it's actually really easy and doesn't cost anything at all. I buy one of these cultures maybe once every 2 months, and it's only about $10, $10 to $15. And then I can make my own from the flies from the one I bought. So I technically shouldn't really have to buy any, but sometimes I make a culture and it dies or the flies don't work, so I have to buy one. So I make those for my frogs, and that's what they eat. So the cost monthly for feeding my frogs, all I have to really buy is the supplies to make the flies. So on the bottom here, this is food that the flies eat, and this is potato flakes and nutritional yeast, vinegar, and some other stuff. So the cost to make that food is about, and that's about what it cost me to feed my dart frogs. And then I also have geckos. So if you can see in the top right corner, again the glass is really dirty. I need to clean that. I have to clean it maybe once a week, and I haven't done it yet this week. So there's one of my geckos, my electric blue day gecko. I have 2 more in here, but they're hiding right now. The lights just came on not too long ago, so they still haven't come out. I also have a gold dust day gecko, but I can't find him, so I'll just show you this guy. And then there's my turtle. So the food for my turtle, I give my turtle kingworms, which again, they just I bought them once and they just breed themselves. And sometimes flies, if he's in like the right mood to get the flies off the water. But I feed mostly this stuff. And I also feed some dried, dehydrated peas and things like that. But that, again, it's just, if I buy green peas for myself, I just dehydrate a few of them and throw them in. So I don't really think of that as an added cost. It's just, I'd be buying it for myself anyway. Let's see if he's hungry. So I buy these pellets from Amazon, and I probably buy them every 3 months. I also sometimes will feed my turtle bloodworms and just random things that I pick up that I think my turtle might like. I also have to put some multivitamins and calcium on top of the flies when I feed them. I also have some other supplements and stuff that I give them. So this stuff is more expensive, but it lasts a long time and I get a lot of use from it. So it's out of the jar, but this is the Pangea food, and they will also eat Repashy, grubs, and fruit. So my geckos get a mix between the Pangea and the grubs and fruit, and the fruit flies as well. I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to subscribe to come back for similar videos and other videos on behavior, training, and all things to do with pets. Thanks for watching. Bye.